Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash.
We're Great Millstone, Arizona, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai through the Spirit has allowed us to get together to push a video, Lord willing, to be edifying. And basically what we would like to go in tonight, if the Lord allows, is, basically to, just give the warning, to speak about the situations going on in the world these days, the prophecy of rumors of wars, okay, but we still have other prophecies yet to be fulfilled, okay. As a matter of fact, if we could start, brother, Barzal, could you give me 2 Ezra 9, Bible Kashah? Because the scriptures tell you to measure the times diligently. So we know, although we have, a war, vamping up in Europe, okay, with Russia and Ukraine, we still know that there's some key prophecies that yet have to be fulfilled for that third world woe, okay, the third world war, okay. But go ahead, brother.
This is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right, so you have to be, if you could give me watch as well as pray, you have to be measuring the times diligently, meaning what? Being occupied in the prophecies so that you may know, okay, because the Lord said not to be ignorant of any matter, either great or small. So we're being diligent, watching the news, and here it is, you got a lot of guys saying that you guys try to make a doctrine out of all these news articles. Well, hey, it pays to be in the know, okay, and the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has us to be, measuring the time diligently. You have to be proactive in watching what's going on. Go ahead, brother.
It says, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, so when you see part of the signs pass, then you know, okay, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is visiting the world which he made. Okay, so hey, we're seeing part of the signs past, man, and we're going to go into that. Okay, go ahead.
It says,
yeah, we're going to go into some of those signs so that, you out there, plus, but we know you, brother, the brothers know, but, for those who are, wanting to know, prophecy is coming to pass. Okay, go ahead, brother.
It says, verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right, so since the beginning of time, okay, the Lord always spoke of these things, man. The Lord always kept, okay, his men in the know, okay, his elect in the know. You see, when there's earthquakes and uproars of the people, and there's been a lot of signs, man, like, birds falling out of the sky, UFOs, which are the chariots of the Lord, the vehicles of salvation,
that trucker convoy. You know what I'm saying? That trucker strike that's driving towards DC right now, man, is an uproar.
Hey, that's an uproar. It's also, that's famine. There's a lot of goods that are not on the shelf right now.
Right.
Okay, and all over United States. Okay, what else we got? A lot of lights, sounds in the sky. Animals acting, totally out of their nature. You know what I'm saying?
Energy crisis, because now with the whole war situation, that's going to create an energy crisis out there in Europe. They're already planning for a $2,000 for, I think, 1,000 cubics of natural gas. So the prices of these goods that these people need to warm their houses up, to power their homes and things like that, are going to go to astronomical rates, man.
Right.
A rate where people are either going to have to choose between buying food or keeping their houses warm. Okay, so all that this is really doing, man, is basically propagating the world economy crash. Inflation's gonna rise. The supply chains, which are already on a stranglehold, are gonna be more strangled, man. So on all levels, this is gonna just hasten the coming of our Lord, in a sense. Because one domino can't fall before the other one falls, man.
That's right.
You know.
Right. So and I'm glad you said that, because basically, the Lord's not going to jump the gun. There's certain things that still have to be fulfilled.
I
You
got
know.
you.
So what happened?
I got a precept on that.
Con, you got it.
Let me get it real quick. Right here. Second Esdras 5 and 44. Then answered he me and said, the creature may not haste above the maker, neither may the world hold them at once that shall be created therein. And I said, as thou hast said unto thy servant, that thou which givest life to all hast given life at once to the creature that thou hast created, and the creature bared it. Even so it might now also bear them that now be present at once. And he said unto me, ask the womb of a woman, and say unto her, if thou bringest forth children, why dost thou it not together, but one after another? Pray her therefore to bring forth 10 children at once. So that's basically how the Lord works, man. And one prophecy after another one. That's why Apostle Gabar made that video. Bro's getting excited, but hey, it's not the time right now. Because there's still things that have to play out and made mandatory before this World War III kicks on, man, a full effect.
Con. Let's go back to that second Esdras 9, Bab Kasha. I think there's a little bit more on that, and then we'll go ahead and get this Matthew.
Back in 2nd Esdras 9, I'm going to jump to the 4th verse. It says, no, 5th verse, Salaki. It says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end,
right,
and the end is manifest.
Right, the end is manifest. You're starting to see the end of the world, okay? These things that are going on, all these protests, hey, they're storming the U.S. Capitol, for crying out loud. Like, if that's not a sign, okay, for you to know that the Lord is visiting the world which you created, I don't know what is. Okay, America is deteriorating morally, okay, economically, because these things are not only going to affect Europe, but they're going to affect the whole world, okay, because the Lord is involved. And that's what's starting to come out to the forefront, okay, that these things are happening because it's prophecy. The Heavenly Father, okay, Yahweh, through His Son Yahweh Shai, is starting to move upon the inhabitants of the earth. And that's what we come out to tell you, that, hey, if the word resonates with you, it's time to seek your power, okay? You're an Israelite, you so-called blacks, Latinos, you Native Americans. Hey, man, it's time for you to repent.
That's right.
It's time for you to do some soul searching, man.
I got a quick precept.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. So we know that prophecy says that there's a third woe coming, a third world's war. And we're seeing events take place, currently, that's ultimately going to lead up to that moment. Okay? But there's a time and a season for that to play out fully. All right? So as we're watching and measuring the times and watching these things play out, through knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, like the brother said, we still got to rule over our spirit and not go too crazy over certain events, because we have the understanding of how prophecy is going to play out, and it's going to play out in this season. There's certain things that got to take place first before the real battle ultimately ensues. But the events that we're seeing, we get excited about it because we know it's leading up to that moment. But hey, like the brother read, or I read in 2nd Esdras, hey, the end is not yet. All right, we're getting close. But jumping down to verse 7, it says, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. All right, and as you can see, everything that's going on in the world, all right, the way that people are rising up against their governments, man, we're starting to see those pockets of seditions. We're starting to see, people are suffering all around the world, man, and they're rising up against their leaderships, and we're starting to see that these major powers in the world, hey, they're starting to bring out their better weapons of war and put them to use. So we know that we're living in a time of war. Okay, we know that is the season, and that is the purpose that the Lord is getting ready to fulfill.
Shout it out. If you could go to, you got some?
Matthew 24.
All right, let's start at yeah.
Okay, this is Matthew 24, verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet."
Right, you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. Okay, so now we know that Russia has just invaded Ukraine. But if you look into what he's saying that that he wants to what do you call it when he wants to take the weapons, he wants to
Confiscate.
yeah, confiscate. Okay, he wants to quell the situation right there because he said that he had no other choice. See, and that's the thing, man. Because a lot of y'all don't really know, you're not really looking into what's really going on. Okay, but yeah, it's a war, if you could say that, right? Bombs being dropped. You know what I'm saying? But he told the people of Ukraine, he says, "Hey, man, drop your weapons and fall back."
Yeah, because that goes all back to that 2014 ousting of a leader that was pro-Russia, that got elected democratic or whatever the word is. He got elected basically, and a coup was set up, man, basically to take him out of power, to set up a government that was pro-West, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so and what happened after that? The U.S. Started throwing weapons up in there. NATO, EU. Okay, and to poke at the bear, man.
Right.
Okay, and basically what Russia's doing now is basically putting those jaws back on, according to the book of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, and that old spirit of like the Apostle Gabar said that imperialistic power, that once was Russia, which was when they were known as the Soviet Union, is coming back, man. That's why you have Putin come up on that video. I don't know if brother saw that video, and he's basically breaking it down to you. Hey, well, I'm gonna have a militaristic operation,
right?
Into this Donbas region, whatever the region known as the Donbas,
right?
Okay, because basically you have Russians living in that land, man. Ethnic Russians,
right,
that are being oppressed, man. So basically, what he's doing, he's moving his troop all up in there, to stop, what he called the genocide and the Nazi-fied of Ukraine, man.
Right. Right, because what's going on is that Ukraine wants to basically join NATO. You know what I'm saying? Which makes Russia weak, because with Ukraine being an ally or a member of NATO, that means the United States can react to any little skirmish they get into, which is really why he doesn't want them to join. Okay, because it really is a threat. It's a threat to him, okay? And they are poking the bear, right? And there's rebels on the eastern side of Ukraine that didn't want, Ukraine to be westernized, man. They were pro-Russian. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a continuation of what happened in 2014. And a lot of people don't understand. They're trying to make, this guy Vladimir Putin to be the aggressor, when really it's America behind the scenes, man. Always, it's always America, man. Okay. Matter of fact, real quick, let's get Habakkuk 2. We got Habakkuk 2 where it says,
I got it right.
let's speak on it, brother.
You even had China where basically come out and say that, that NATO, and the U.S. were the perpetrators of Russia basically invading the Ukraine, man. So the whole world knows it's just this westernized media, man, that tries to paint a deceptive image of what's really going on.
Right.
Okay?
Which basically helps them paint themselves in a good light and make everyone else look bad. So that's how they've always operated like that.
This is Habakkuk 2:5. It says, "He also, because he transgresseth by wine."
And that's that's his philosophies. Okay, he transgressed by wine, and that's the thing. What did they say? They were saying that they knew Vladimir Putin was gonna. They knew what date and what time that he was going to invade Ukraine, and even he said that. He's like, "Oh, they already know what day." He's like, he was laughing. Okay, but the fact that they spoke on it means there's something more sinister going on, man. Psalms 83. The scriptures say there's a crafty counsel between the nations to stop Israel from waking up. You know what I'm saying? So everybody wants next, man, but really, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, the Israelites, man, the elect are going to rule next under Yahweh Shai, man. So that's really what's coming. But they transgressed by wine, by their philosophies, man, and that's why these nations, after they let America go in there, they get drunk off the Babylon juice, and their whole country goes to hell. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what Putin is warning you, Ukrainians, man. Really. You know, he wants to make money with people from Europe, and you're over there making America more of a superpower. But it's not going to be a superpower. Why? Because it's destined to be destroyed. It's destined to collapse. You know what I'm saying? Internally and from all angles, really.
Precept.
Go ahead, brother.
This is just because you mentioned this is Revelation 18:3.
Come on.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Yeah.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Right.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
That's right. That's right. And see, and that's the thing, because this guy Vladimir Putin, he wants to build a pipeline. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's a gas pipeline to Germany, but Germany is with the United States. Okay, so they're all in bed with United States, man, making money, stopping others from making money. That's why the scriptures tell you in Isaiah, the 10th chapter, that they basically they rob the nest of the nations. They rob the eggs of the nations, meaning their wealth, their treasures. You know what I'm saying? A deal doesn't go down in the park unless I'm in on it. Like that guy from King of New York, you saw that? You know what I'm saying? So basically, that's what it is, man. You know, they don't want any other countries becoming superpowers. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to do their backdoor deals with all these nations and get rich. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This is Sirach 11:5, just to go with what the brother said, because he said that everybody wants next, man. And really, they are confederate against Israel, and they're overlooking Israel. But the governing body of Israel, the house of David, is being built now. That's all you see, man, like ourselves, teaching and preaching his word week in and week out, man. Okay, this is Sirach 11:5. It says, many kings have sat down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of having won a crown, man, because in the time to come, we're going to be rulers of this world, man. And really rulers of the galaxies, really, if you really want to dig deep into it. You know, if you read Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, it goes and it tells you that the top government, the top mountain, will be the house of David, will be the Yasharallah, man. Right. You know what I mean? So if you look at the whole play, whether, you know, Putin wants the war or not, he has no choice because he has to. Because the Lord could directs the man's steps, man. You know what I mean? So whole time, if you sit back and peep it, right, you got the devil fighting against the devil, and they're going to knock each other off, and then we'll come right into it, man. We come right into rulership. Yeah.
I got this for you real quick. Proverbs 21:1 says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh.
Right.
As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
Right.
And if I just want to say that I told this brother to get that before you leave. So hey,
That's
just to
the
show
spirit.
you how spiritual this truth really is, man.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, because if you can run that back real quick.
Hey, come. Proverbs 21:1 says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
Right, because the Lord is the ultimate. He's the ultimate, the script writer, man. He's he controls everything, man. So again, whether because they know that's the better believe Putin and Biden know that's the war that end wars, man. That's you know, that third war is the last. That's the last woe, as it says in Revelation, man. 2 has passed, is one woe to come. That's that third woe. So they know it's end all be all. So you can kind of peep and see that, okay, they might not want a war, but they don't have a choice but to war. And when they knock each other off, Israel steps right into the place, man. The best war is the war you ain't got to fight, man. And this is a war we ain't got to fight. All we got to do is fight against our flesh and wake up the elect. You know what I mean? And to those who could get it, and those who are supposed to get this truth. That's why we out here doing this, man.
If you could run that Habakkuk 2 and hold Baruch Shah, Ezekiel 38, Baruch Shah.
I was holding Habakkuk 2 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Run that
Run it back.
scripture back, yeah.
It's Habakkuk 2 verse 5. It says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell.
Right. So you know the brothers are talking about we're next, man, Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? Israel, Yasharallah, the Israel of the Most High. Okay, they got next. Okay, but yet, these guys, these kingdoms, because scriptures say nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, which Lord willing we can get into that. You know what I'm saying? Think that they got next, but really they're all playing into the script the Heavenly Father has set for them. So prophecy is coming to pass, and we can say, and humbly speaking, man, the Lord has made us privy to it, man. So we have to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahshai always, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That we have been given the knowledge, man. If you can finish that out.
Yeah. says, who enlarges his desire is hell, and as in is as death, and
Yeah.
cannot be satisfied.
Right, he's as death. Hey, what do you got? What you doing, man? Sticking your nose in these nations' business, man. You know what I mean? What did Vladimir Putin say? He says, hey, there's no need, basically, for nobody to intervene. He says, and if you intervene, he says, you're going to be met with consequences that you've never seen in your history. Okay, and that's hinting at America, because see, America ain't never been touched, man. America's in the virgin daughter of Babylon in Isaiah 47. Okay, that has never been touched, roughly paraphrasing. But let's finish that out.
Says, and is as death, and
Right.
cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations,
Right.
and heapeth unto him all people.
Right, so that's why he's over there whispering in Ukraine's ear. And the thing about it is that Putin was saying, like, hey man, Ukraine don't even have to join NATO. These guys are already here. They've been training. They've already sending weapons. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're so covert. See, but that's how Esau deal, man. He always deal behind the scenes. You know. Let's get Ezekiel 38.
Okay.
Baba Kasha.
Khan, this is Ezekiel the 38th chapter. I'm gonna start at the top.
Yeah, start at the top.
Come on.
Baba Kasha.
It says, and the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog.
Right. Gog. Now, when you go into that word Gog, it says the prince of Rosh. When you look it up, man, and when you study that word Rosh, that's where they got the word Russia from. Okay, go ahead.
It says, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal.
Right, Meshach and Tubal, man. When you go look up those words, those are cities. That word Meshach goes back. That's where they got the word Moscow from. Okay, the same thing with Tubal. When you look it up, there's a city in Russia called Tobolsk. Okay, you have to dig for that, but you can find that history, man. Go ahead, brother.
Khan, and prophesy against him.
Right, so we're prophesying against him too, because you don't got next, man. You
Right.
see, Russia don't got next. The Lord's just using you, okay, to basically gather the nations, okay, so He can pour out His indignation.
Right.
You see? Go ahead, brother.
It says, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal,
Right.
and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws.
Right. So that's what's going on. The Lord is putting turning him back, putting hooks into your jaws. It's like if you ever had a dog on a leash. You see what I'm saying? A strong dog like a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? He want to go one way, but you're trying to walk him in a whole other way. That's what the scripture's speaking about. The Lord is pulling him into his destiny, okay, which the Lord has set up for him, man. But the Lord is against you, Russians, man.
Right.
Okay, and we're prophesying against you too. You see, because ain't nobody got next, man. Not China, not Iran, not none of these countries, man. You know, definitely not America. Okay, but the Lord's putting hooks into your jaws, making you basically fulfill prophecy.
Right.
Okay, because and we went into this before we turned on the camera, man. Russia has been trying to warn the people that the world is going down a path of nuclear war, and he's been trying to speak to the media, but what do? They misconstrue his words. They really don't even basically put out what he's saying. Everything they distort it, man, to make him look like the aggressor when really it's America doing covert things, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Propaganda.
They always did that. Even in times of World War I, World War II, all these different wars, man, you always had America make twists and shit. You know what I mean? That's why, ultimately, it says the beast shall hate the whore, because even its counterparts is going to destroy it, have act in destroying this place, man. Just because of the shit that it does against, it's against everybody, really. You know what I mean? America it's the most wicked and the most evil place, man. You know what I mean? This is where the base men set up rulership at, man. And you're going to have base activities from base men, man. And part of one of them activities is, you know what I'm saying, speaking and slandering and all kind of shit, man, against other nations. You know what I mean? So therefore, the people can't even get the proper message. That's why you'll be a fool to listen to anything that the government says or America says about anything.
Right.
Hey, just a couple of years ago, this Vladimir Putin, he had nuclear drills for his whole country. Hey, when did Biden do that shit? He didn't do that shit for you. Obama didn't do that shit for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they got them on Hollywood land here, on La La Land, man. You know, they think that this is, they think the Americans don't think that nothing's going on around the world, man. You know, they think that all these things are will never come home or they will never hit home,
Right.
you know, because they got that proud military, you know, that they think that they are unbeatable, man. You know.
Oh, and if I may say too, you have some guys doing TikToks, man. You know what I'm saying? They say we're on our way to Ukraine. They were bumping Love Sosa. You know what I'm saying? So it goes to show you the spirit that America's in, man. America's, hey, they're not ready.
The House of Mirth.
They're not ready. They're not ready, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why the scriptures call it the go to the land of unwalled villages, right? You know, because in America really don't have no borders separating different states from different states, man. Some places you can drive right through to the other state. You see what I'm saying? But let's get
And then a few years back, it was proven also that the Patriot defense missile system that they have is really flawed, man. You know, a lot of shit gets through. You know, so if you think that system that they got set up is gonna protect you from the missiles, you're up for a rude awakening, man.
Nah, Russia got hypersonic missiles, man. They got hypersonic missile capabilities, man, and that fucking defensive missile system that they have in America can't deal with that. Russia got weapon systems that can get through, man, and touch the homeland. So, you know, that's why Biden got to proceed with caution. That's why he's slapping sanctions on instead of shooting missiles, man.
And America's used to fighting unconventional warfare, man. You know, the World War III is going to be a conventional war where, you know, it's going to be country against country, military against military. You know, what America's been dealing with the past 30 years, you know, with these wars out there in the Middle East, it's been an unconventional war. You know, where it's more of a guerrilla tactic warfare, man. You know, these Russians, they're training for conventional war, man. That's why you see tanks moving in. Hey, you think, what do you think these Russians been doing for the past 30, 40 years, man? Just building up these military tactics, invasion plans, things like that, man. You know, these people are ready for war because the Lord's putting that spirit on the whole world. You know, to gather them to the valley of Armageddon, man. Of Yahweh Shaphat.
right.
You know?
If you could do me a favor, run that Ezekiel 38:4 back one more time, because that's what the Heavenly Father's doing, man. He's pulling this you know, he's pulling these Russians, man. He's putting them back into that war state. And if you look on Putin's face, man, he's not fucking around.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta see it in his eyes. This is Ezekiel 38:4. It says, "And I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords."
Right. So Putin has a very vast you know, military system, man. You know what I mean? They got nuclear components and different you know, weapons that you know, you Americans really need to fucking bow down. You're not the great power that you really think you are. You know, we've brought it out numerous of times. They got the Satan II, which is a nuclear weapon, okay, a missile, intercontinental ballistic missile that can basically blow up like a landmass the size of Texas, man. You see what I'm saying? And it'll only really take maybe 1, 2, or 3 to just decimate this whole country, man.
Right.
You see?
Bro.
Go ahead, brother.
Real quick, I want to mention because they also have nuclear capable submarines, right? And they pulled up to the west coast of the U.S. and just pulled up on them, and then announced their presence. But the U.S. didn't know until Russia was ready to let them know that we pulled up on you. And then they just, you know, skirted off. You know what I'm saying? That was some gangster shit.
Right.
Because they just letting you know, like, we can run up on you and we can get to you without you knowing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Russia, their whole rhetoric, man, if you really listen to him, Vladimir Putin, his whole rhetoric, he's saying it sternly, like, you know what? Y'all really don't want it like that. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of, you know what I'm saying? The scriptures say, you know, you could tell a man by his gait, right? By his stance or whatever, and you could tell, man, these Russians, man, you know, the Lord will put the spirit on them. They're going to destroy this place, man. Right. But that's biblical prophecy, okay?
So if I could say, it's a video just on his walk, man. Our brothers on YouTube are Biden, because the scriptures do say you can tell a man by his gait, and it's a video on YouTube, like people breaking down how the fuck you walk and how you do shit. And when you really break it down, he's not a man that fuck around, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he don't, ain't no bullshitting really going on with him or any of the Russians, to be honest with you. Just how their society is set up and all that. You know what I mean? With training, with, you know, different laws that they have, with different taxes that they have, tactics that they have, just different approaches that they have, man. So when you look at that compared to America, which America is in the most feminized state that it's ever been in, I mean, really ain't no fucking comparison of who's manly and who's not, who's the more manly person, or who has the upper hand, man, you know?
Go ahead, bro.
Keep going.
A little bit more.
Come. It says, verse 5, Ezekiel 38 and 5. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them.
Right, Persia meaning the what? The Iranians. Okay. Libya, Ethiopia.
Right.
Go ahead.
All of them with shield and helmet.
Right, so they're ready to go to war too. Okay, go ahead.
Says Gomer and all his bands.
Right, Turkey.
Yep. The house of Togarmah.
Right, the Turkish people in the you know, around that area.
Right. Of the north quarters and all his bands and
Right.
many people with thee.
Right, many people. So you know, there's a lot of people that are confederate with Putin.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying, and Gog. So, you know, they're a force to be reckoned with.
That's right.
Let's get You got some? Okay.
This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 28. Behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, and they shall and all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians, you know, which are the Iranians, man, raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. You know, and that goes back to, because even the Persians, man, you know, they were known as a great power. Okay, so that those Iranians, man, hey, they're gonna get turned up as well. They're gonna send missiles over to Israel. You know, they're gonna go to war with the beast. Okay, they're gonna join. You know, because the scripture in Ezekiel 38 it mentions the nations are gonna be allied with the Russians, man. Okay, so it says, as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And then shall the dragons have their upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. You know, so this whole part of the world, man, that whole part of the world, Turkey, you know, because that's known as Asia Minor, man. That's where Paul was traveling through when he was preaching the word of the Most High. Okay, so all that part of the land is gonna come up and join in battle with the land of Magog, man, and basically go up against the West and NATO and the beast. Okay, the EU, America, the harlot. Okay, in that great battle of decision, man, where, you know, that's Saudi Arabia. You know, that waste barren land. You know,
You got some? All right. You can bring that out. Yeah.
It's Jeremiah 50 verse 9. It says, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country.
Right. Babylon is